Well, hello and welcome to the Pastor Study. I'm Ray Bertolette, and I'm glad that you could spend some time with us today in God's Word. You know, Solomon gives us a lot of good advice, and he talks about things that fit, things that belong, and things that don't belong. And he says in verse 10 of chapter 19, he says, luxury is not fitting for a fool. You know, there are things that we wouldn't do. We would not put a solid chrome bumper on a farm tractor. We would say, that doesn't fit. It doesn't belong, doesn't look right. As fancy as we'd want to make our tractors, we wouldn't want to take a fancy tractor and use it in the farm field. You know, we wouldn't want to use silver spoons to feed the cows in the barn. Just wouldn't fit. You know, he also says that having a slave rule over prince or princesses, that doesn't fit either. So he says there are some things that are fitting and some things that do not fit. He goes on and tells us, you know, that a king's wrath is like a roaring lion. But he says, but his favor is like dew on the grass. You know, dew on the grass can keep grass green, nourish it, give it that little bit of water it needs every day, even in the midst of not raining for days. If the dew is there, there's moisture. And a lot of things can grow with just having that little bit of moisture. And, you know, it's enjoyable. But wrath, roaring lion. Nobody would want to go out into the yard with a roaring lion. And he says, you know, that a man of discretion, he is slow to get angry. You know, and it will be to his glory when he overlooks a transgression. You know, when we ignore what somebody has done. But then he goes on and he talks about the foolishness of a son in regards to his father. You know, it becomes a destruction to his father. And then he says, you know, that contentious wife, that's like that annoying drip of the faucet. And he tells us these things are not good. And he says, you know, we can pass along a lot of things. We can pass along wealth to our children. We can pass along the home that we live in to our children. But a prudent wife, Solomon writes, comes from the Lord. Valuable thing. God has his hand in it. Seek what God desires. Think about that. Till next time in the Pastor Study. Goodbye, and may